it is.
Well, let's move on to our next and last scenario. And this one is kind of a bit more on social media stuff again. So here we go. I use all the main social media platforms because I'm a social butterfly. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, all of them, right? I use them for my business, and I'm only really getting interaction and leads from one or two of those profiles. Is there any reason to keep using all these other ones? Even if it seems like they aren't really working for me?
First off, congrats on identifying that. Like in our last question, there's so many ways to figure out where that stuff comes from. So it can be difficult to find out where that comes from, but good job identifying that. The short answer is if you can pinpoint your sources to your most successful marketing efforts, there's no real reason to keep spreading around those efforts. There are tools. I'm blanking on all of the names, like Hootsuite and stuff, that can kind of streamline those efforts, but you do tend to have more success from posting directly to the platform, which can end up being more work. But the good news is, no, if you are identifying where that comes from, there's no reason to spread around your efforts. It is important to keep those profiles updated because they can have some good benefits either on search engines or some things like that. People who are searching for businesses of that, it's important to keep your contact information updated, your website updated, and things like that. So keep those profiles updated. But if you say you're a B2B business and you find that you're having the most success on LinkedIn, but you're not seeing great results from Facebook, focus your efforts on LinkedIn. Just keep your Facebook updated in case people see that they could properly contact you or know what you offer.
I can imagine for business professionals, business owners, people in that kind of realm, so this is very meaningful to them. This question can take on a different meaning when you think about, like, I only have limited amounts of time and energy and bandwidth on a daily, weekly basis, right? And so when we talk about like focusing your energy, not wasting your time, that very quickly turns into ROI territory, return on investment of your own precious resource, time, energy. If you put like a cost value to your own time, which I think a lot of people don't do. I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I can just do this myself because that's free. I'm not paying somebody to do it for me. It's not free. It's not actually free time unless you don't value your time. So if you look at it in that lens, like, should I be spending time on all these other things? Probably not. I can imagine if you get one of them really dialed in, maybe you can always circle back to one of those again in the future. It's like, well, all right, so now this other channel, LinkedIn or whatever, is just doing great. It's got a good program going. It's good. It's automated on some things, whatever. It's really firing on all cylinders. Now, why didn't Facebook work for me? That give me an opportunity to circle back to that later on down the road and kind of explore that. Maybe have a digital marketing or digital strategy company kind of explore that with you to figure out, is that at all viable? Are there other people using it? Do they seem to be having success? Was I just doing something, ineffectively about it? Maybe I had the wrong approach. But like trying to do that kind of like deep dive exploration on like all those channels all at once, if none of them are really working, that just seems like a recipe for not making traction anywhere soon enough, right? Like maybe one of the other takeaways here is just focus, just to get success in one area first, so you can grow from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I guess what you're saying, if you do have time, which it seems like in this situation, it may be difficult to make that time. Kind of looking at competitor profiles, say like you're doing really well on LinkedIn, but not on Facebook. Look at your competitors on Facebook, see if they're doing well. If they're also not doing well consistently, it may be a sign that Facebook isn't great for your industry. But if they are doing well, kind of look at what they're doing. They may be doing something a lot different than what you're doing. What you're doing on LinkedIn may not translate well to Facebook. You may have to do something different. So that's one thing that you can do. But like David said, it also takes time to do that and can take effort and can be really exhausting over time. So if you find that, yeah, you are having success and you are getting leads from one specific social media profile, focus your efforts there, because it's if it's doing what you want it to do, then go for it.
Great advice. Well, if I want to kind of recap, I think some of the takeaways here today in a brief sense, data is super important. But just having the data isn't going to help you if you don't have a strategy or a plan. You need to know what you're going to do with that data and how you're going to take action and focus your efforts. I mean, I think that's one of the big ones we were just talking about there. You can't do everything. Even big companies have to focus where they put their resources. And sometimes they do that simply because they realize they're just a ton more successful putting their efforts all in on the thing that's going to work the best. Diversification of your efforts has benefits to it, but if you are a smaller B2B business, there are risks with that. So plan, strategize, collect data to ensure that you're reaching progress on your goals, and focus your
Don't
efforts on what's,
underestimate competitor analysis.
yeah, know the field.
Hi, this is Sarah from Denver Data Web. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe for future digital strategy chats. You can also visit our website at denverdata.com or find us on social media at Denver Data Web.